Marissa True. I'm 13 years old from Gold Coast, Australia. I've been skateboarding for 5 years. I started skateboarding because I surfed a lot and one year the water got too cold, so I just started to skateboard.
This is literally how skateboarding started. So you started skateboarding the same way that skateboarding itself started.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah! If you had one more snag at Bunnings, it would have made it. Right?
How do you know that?
Because I know everything.
I've been to Australia.
No?
Really?
Why are you looking at me like that? You
How
don't
do you
believe
know
me?
Bunnings?
Because everybody knows Bunnings. They have the best prices.
Yeah.
Whoa!
On the bed.
You got that!
Thank you.
First ever girl to do a 720 in a contest, right?
Yeah.
Thickest grip tape in the biz. The 720, do you do it a lot?
No, I only just landed it.
Okay, me too.
How many can you do when I come back?
Shoo! That was this close. That doesn't hurt at all?
I started in like bowls and parks mainly.
Yeah.
And then ended up on vert. I've been skating vert for 3 years. I never skated street.
Never at all. So
Like,
just,
not
what was
mainly.
your first trick you ever learned?
My first trick I learned was a tail stool. I got into it because I could just skateboard on the path with my dad, and then one day we just went to the skate park and did it.
So your dad's a surfer and a skater too?
More of a surfer.
Oh yeah? Do you still surf?
Yeah, I surf sometimes, but more skating.
My name's Trevor Ward. I'm 47 now, and I was like a D-grade pro skateboarder. I met this guy at the skate park and he said, "Oh, you're a really good skater." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I used to be good." And this was in like 2015. And then he said, "You got a really good way with kids." And I'm like, "Well, that's because I've never grown up. So that's what skating does." And he said, "Oh, can you coach my kid?" And I said, "No, I don't really do that." And he hit me up on LinkedIn like a lot. And then he said to me, he goes, "Oh, well, I'm an osteopath. I can fix your body." And I was like, "All right, well, I'll trade that off and I'll teach your kid." And then I did it once and I was like, "Wow, this is really cool." And so then I started doing skate lessons, and then I grew up with coaches, and we had like 1,500 kids doing lessons through different coaches around the country. I was skating around with like Kieran Woolley, like he was like a 13-year-old kid in the comps, and I was like, and his dad's like, "Oh, can you help him with the kickflip Indy?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he got it. Like he'd broken his leg the year before, and then he got it, and then I started helping kids do 540s because like no one could really do it. Like we're not lucky like here, how you can just go to the park and skate with a vert skater or a really good, like pros. We don't have that. So I just started skating with these kids, and then I was like, I need to take this more serious. So I built an indoor skate park, and then we created a level up skate park. And we now have 450 kids doing lessons with us a week with skating and BMX. And it's on the Gold Coast. And then I thought I'll start a school for these kids that I saw coming through. When COVID happened, Kieran Woolley was at our place a lot, skating, and a few other guys that were trying to compete through it, like Ethan Copeland and that, and Marley Ray. And then I was just like, okay, well, I need to give them a platform because traveling to the USA and living here wasn't really an option, especially during COVID. And so I just worked with them. So flat out giving them the knowledge of what I had and what I'd learned, the do's and the don'ts. I got a lot of don'ts that I learned.
What's Level Up?
Level Up is a skate park and a school that most of us here go to.
Like a literal school?
Yeah.
Not a skate school, but like actual grade school.
It's a school, so do 3 hours of schoolwork and then we go skate for 4 hours. And then also they do lessons at the skate park. It's like basically the education part is the same.
Did your grades get better when you started going to Level Up and doing the skating at the same day?
Yeah, I think they did. My grades got better when I started the school because it got me to do my schoolwork so I could go skate quicker.
So you're from a small town,
Yeah.
and then you come to America and you do this big contest with Tony Hawk, and you weren't nervous at all?
I wasn't really nervous because I just thought of it as my warm-up, or I was just skating normally.
Was that like a really big deal for you to be there?
Yes, it was a big deal. It was just so fun to be there. I've done a lot of contests, probably like 15.
15 contests total?
Maybe, yeah. I just like think about it as if I'm skating contest, I just think I'm skating in the warm-up. When I skate, I just like try block out all the noise in the comp and I just pretend like I'm skating in the warm-up.
Yeah.
So it feels the same.
Tony Hawk invented the 720 in 1987 I'm pretty sure it was 1987, at a skate camp in Sweden. And he went there and the ramp was bigger than what they had in America. And from what I understand, it didn't take him that long to do it. And he did it 2.5 rotations, coming backwards, landing forwards. And he did it apparently really easy. And he's done it everywhere. I'm sure he could do it now, coming back from the femur break. But yeah, I'm sure he could do it. Arissa's pretty talented person, as in I can verbalize to her what she needs to do, and I don't really have to move my body too much or show her. She can take my words and actually put it into action. She does shy away sometimes if it's a little scary, but if I know that she can do it, so I just keep telling her, hey, let's try it again, and then she gets there. So with the 720, she learnt the McTwist. She actually learned it on my birthday, which was pretty cool, a couple of years ago. And then she got it to the point where it was like a kick turn. She can do it every go.
Wow.
And it's insane. When Christian Hazoy saw it, I sent him an email going, hey, I've got this little girl that's pretty good. And he goes, yeah, we've got plenty of girls. And then he saw her in real life and he was like, wow, she's got a McTwist just like mine. He was the best. And it looks the same. And anyway, I was like, you know what, I think you could do a 720. And she's like, yeah. And we danced around it for a while. And then
Christian Hazoy brought it up.
No, I brought up the 720.
Oh,
Christian was about the 540, but yeah, I brought up. I said you should be the first to do this 720. Let's get it going. And then she worked on it. I think it was 2 months ago. I kind of said, hey, let's start working on it. We went out and we gave it a couple of goes on the vert, and she said, oh yeah. And then we left it for a bit, and then she did it again. And what was happening was she had some injury in her knee, and she's like, oh, I'm a bit sore, because with her, she's injured, but she won't tell you. She just wants to skate, right? So she's skating, and I said, hey, you should do this 720. So we're like, okay, let's do it.
So you are the first girl to ever do a 720 in a contest.
Here you go, 720. Solid. That's what you came for.
Okay, that's never been done in a run-on competition. Arissa True.
To the end of the ride here, they're going to give it all.
It was really cool to be the first girl to do a 720 in a contest, because no girl has done it, and I just wanted to show everyone how I could do it. After I landed it, I could hear everyone, and I actually noticed all the screaming and everyone, the crowd going wild basically. After the competition, that was the best trick, and I had been working on my 720, and I knew I wanted to land it that day, because then I could show everyone my skating and how I could land it, and then I did land it. It was really cool when I landed it, and I felt so happy because I had been trying it for a while, and it just felt so good.
How long have you been trying it for?
I had been trying it for 2 weeks, and then I stopped because I had to go to Argentina, and then I hadn't really tried it until the competition.
I thought you were going to say 2 years. You literally said 2 weeks.
No girl has done a 720 on vert before. Did you ever think to yourself, no one has done this, why would I be able to do this? I probably can't do it either. Did that ever enter your mind?
No, I never really thought of that. I just thought that if the boys could do it, then I could do it.
This is the end of the ride here, they're going to give it all. This is the end.
best trick was over, and then they said, oh, you girls can go into the men's best trick. Arissa drops in, air to fakie, boom, lands, rolls away. Mitchie Bruce goes on the ground going like this because he'd just fallen in his thing. So I make these kids vocalize it to me, what do you want? And then they tell me, and I go, well, and I just have to remind them, well, you want this, I don't want this. Has that changed for you? And they're like, no. And it's like, well, why are you sitting on your phone? Why are you doing these things? Because we've got like 9-year-olds that absolutely shred 11-year-olds, and I turn around to them and I say, you know, I say to the parents, like, hey, you got to chill. And half the time they are chill, but the kid actually is the one vocalizing and saying they want it. And some days they'll skate 4 hours at our school, and then they'll go and skate for another 6 hours after school. And they come in the next day and they're like this, and I'm like, dude, like, we were going to work on this trick today. And they're like, okay, just go and chill and have fun. So they'll just go and have fun. And then I get a call from, did they work on that trick today, from the parent? I go, man, they were stuffed. Take them home after school and just chill them out, right, if we're going to work on stuff. So, but it's good. Like, the parents get it now, what we're trying to do. It's a long time to make something happen. We're not trying to make kids to be a pro at 9 years old. We're trying to do it over a long period of time and make them realise their dream.
The girls skateboarding is going to get more harder because everyone's going to push everyone to get better.
Do you have a group of friends that's pushing each other to get better?
Yeah, kind of. It's not really as many girls though. It's more like just me and Jada, and then some of the boys that level up.
So what is it like skating with the boys?
I'm just like used to skating with the boys, and it's always fun to skate with them, and we just push each other.
The boys skating with her, like, it gets frustrating because it's not just her. It's like we've got a group of girls, like, and the girls try to be the alpha males, like in the school. Like, my daughter Jada and Arissa together are a nightmare. Like, Freddie Arnold, I feel sorry for that guy. He spent 3 weeks in the USA with them last year, and yeah, I think look, they're just ruthless. Like, like, Arissa can make someone cry if she wants. Like, it's crazy. Like, and I have to be on them, and both of them, Jada and her, like, just chill. But like, we get to the ramp and they'll be just snaking them. Like, they're like, that's it, you guys aren't having a go. But then Arissa gets on the ramp and they're trying to do their 540s, warm up, and Arissa just bang, pops one out, and everyone's like, oh, great, Arissa's back again. Like, but it amps them up because I'm like, well, if a little girl can do it, you can do it. You guys think you're big, tough guys, and they do it, you know? And then we've got 9-year-olds and 11-year-olds that, like, they look at her and go, well, if she can do it, we can do it. And now they do it every go, you know, and it's the same. So they just all build themselves, and there's just this constant hype. And
Are you going to do a 900?
Yeah, maybe. I think I could do it, maybe.
It's only on 180 more.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you do now? Are you training for the Olympics? Are you working on Olympic qualifiers? Are you going to win the Olympics?
I want to win the Olympics. So yeah, I'm just competing in the Olympic qualifiers for Park.
720.
That's never been done in a run-on competition.
This is the end of the ride here. They're going to give it all. This is the end of the ride here. They're going to give it all.
Okay, that's exciting. So you're literally ranked 14th in the entire world for every girl skateboarder on planet Earth.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, like give some Australia shout outs.
What do you mean?
Like, say, Australia's the best, we're gonna take it all.
Australia's the best, and we're gonna take it all.
That was good.